And I think that encapsulates what many of these very different types of immigrants felt about their homeland, but also about what they felt they could contribute to their new home in various republics in Latin America. And I think, as we've mentioned already, just as we celebrate the diaspora in other parts of the world, it's important that we more fully acknowledge those immigrants who ended up in Latin America and whose ancestors are still there, and who some of whom still retain a fond affection for Ireland. They may not speak English, but they're aware of it. In this regard, I'm going to repeat some of what Michael said. I'm very grateful to the President of Ireland, Michael D. Higgins, who generously agreed to write the foreword to this book. And I think it's an elegant reflection of his deep commitment to developing closer ties between Ireland and Latin America. And I'd also like to thank the Secretary General to the President, Arthur O'Leary, who helped make it happen. This book would not have been written were it not for Conor McElroy. He spoke of the occasion then in Charleville, a bit of a skite for, I think it was the Charleville Chamber of Commerce were putting on an Eliza Lynch weekend, and my father asked me would I drive him, so I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And we stayed up very late, drinking whiskey and talking about Latin America and Ireland and all these various stories. So this is how this book came about in some respects. But if it weren't for Conor, his generous support, which enabled me to undertake research trips in Bogota, Buenos Aires, and Santiago, the book wouldn't be what it is. And I think, through the various projects he supported, he's shown a real commitment to fostering an awareness of these deep historical links between Latin America and Ireland. The Irish ambassador in Buenos Aires, Justin Harmon, has been another incredibly enthusiastic supporter of this project from the very beginning, and he's put in heroic work as well, as we've talked about this Spanish language edition of the book, which I think is very, very important. So I'm very grateful to Ambassador Harmon, and also to Michael, who's a very close friend of my family, and he has been there from the beginning, offering every help and support. I'm grateful to everyone at Gill. I think Conor will appreciate that it's now Gill. Especially Conor, who commissioned the book, Ruth Mahoney, who edited the book, Emma Lyman and Teresa Daly, who are involved in publicising the book as well. And I think you'll agree they've done a really good job. It looks superb. When I saw the book first, I was incredibly pleased. I'd like to thank Jonathan Williams, who's my agent and who's been helping me with various projects over the last 6-7 years. He's worked tirelessly on my behalf. And finally, I'd like to thank a few members of my family. First of all, I'd like to very much thank my brothers and sisters, Mark, Caroline, Judith and Gareth, who have been incredible over the last few months. I'd like to thank my father, Ronan, who has been great in terms of giving me advice and encouragement over the years, and unfortunately, for reasons beyond his control, cannot be here tonight, and I know how much he regrets they can't be here. And finally, I owe a deep debt of gratitude to my wife, Lisa, for her unfailing good humour and patience, and most of all for her friendship. Thank you very much.
If you haven't already purchased a copy of the book, it is available at a very reasonable price out here in the lobby. Don't forget that Christmas is on its way, so maybe you should buy multiple copies for friends and family. Of course, you can get it prescribed by the author. Thank you very much for joining us.